Hello everyone, I'm the Better Man, and if you haven't seen the previous episode, you can click right here. Welcome to Putis. The dragon mistransformed had thought the last episode had cut off his own tail and was flying through the air. It flew into a sewer where there were two other dragons wearing armor and carrying spears. They opened a hole in the wall, revealing a meadow with a large castle. There were other buildings which housed the bigger dragons. It entered the realm and went inside of the castle and was stopped in front of a big door by the guards. "Halt," a guard said. "You lack the rank to enter. You are a recruiter and you need to be a general. State your business." "I found the host of Ha. I have got to report this to our majesty," the dragon said. Both guards seemed happily surprised and let him enter. They let him through and it entered a large room with a throne in the back. In the throne sat the superhuman, meditating. The dragon bowed down and the superhuman said, "Why are you here?" "I found him, sire," he said, looking up. "I found the host of Ha. Your senses were correct." The superhuman stood up, very excited. "Of course I was. And the fact that you're still alive means that he's still weak and doesn't have full control of his abilities yet." "Yes, sire." "Did he cut off your tail?" "No, sire, I did. I did it to relay this information as fast as possible to you, sire, after I completed my mission, of course." The superhuman put his hand on the dragon's chin and said, "Of course, for this you will be rewarded." The superhuman restored the dragon's tail and said, "He's probably taking your tail to see what it is. If that's the case, we can find him and take back Ha. Then I will have Up and Ha. I will be invincible." Anna stepped into the living room and said, "Faz, I bet I can kick your ass at this game before you go." She picked up two controllers and handed one to Miss Transform. "Come on, Anna. They could pick me up at any moment now. I don't think I have time for this. Come on, one round." "No, I have to go." "Fine." "Hey, don't forget to analyze that dragon's tail. Only if I get to destroy you when I get home. You're on." At that moment a portal opened in front of them and Faz stepped through it and stood once again in a large room where he had been earlier. The only ones there were Atoman, Elacuman, Valarius and Water Woman. Atoman said, "Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you decided to join our cause. I hope many more will join too." "If what you claim is true, then I'm sure they will," Valarius said. "I sure hope so. Let me show you around." Atoman gave them a tour through the base. He showed them the armory, then the guest rooms, and many more rooms, and finally an awesome lounge with a TV, couches, and a kitchen with a bar. "This is awesome," Water Woman exclaimed. Then she jumped on the couch and turned on the TV. Mr. Swarm went to the bar and grabbed some chips. A lucky man walked over to Water Woman and said, "This couch is great, isn't it? I fell asleep the second I touched it last night. I see you guys liked it," Atoman said. "I love it," Mr. Swarm said. "So, what's the plan for this superhuman? And what are we going to call him? Because superhuman sounds kind of annoying." "Let's call him Dragon Rider," Valarius said. "You know, because he uses dragons." "That sounds about right," Atoman said. "If you're done here, I'll show you where the exit is and where we actually are." "Yeah, sure," Elacuman said. "Show us." They went to the exit. The doors were just three large rocks, which you could move by pressing a button. Right as the rocks moved, Miss Transform received a call from Anna. "Faz, hurry, they're here! The dragon—" "Anna? Anna!" he yelled out. "Which way is Styles?" he screamed at Atoman. "That way!" Atoman pointed at the east. Miss Transform turned into a jet and flew off as fast as he could. "What's up with him?" Elacuman said confused. We better go after him, Valarius said, and rushed after Mist-Transform with super speed. Wonder Woman summoned a trident from a little stream flowing outside and made some water fly over and said, Valarius is right, let's go after him. She stepped on the water and flew off. Electroman and Ethelman were right behind her. Mist-Transform flew as fast as he could, but Valarius seemed to be able to keep up easily. The others seemed to have a bit more trouble, but didn't lose Mist-Transform out of sight. When Mist-Transform came home, he stomped through the door and saw there were some scribbles on the wall, but no Anna. She was in her own room, not in the kitchen, not in the computer room. The dragon tail was there, with a note attached to it, but on the note there were only some similar scribbles. He went back into the living room, where he found a small red scale. At that moment, the others all arrived, and saw him sitting on the floor with his back turned to them. He was breathing heavily, and didn't respond to them. Then suddenly he turned with eyes looking different than his normal eyes. He ran past them, roaring with a speed that even Valarius was caught off guard by. Ethelman said, Wonder Woman, you and Valarius, go calm him down before he hurts anyone. Me and Electroman will stay here and look at his writings. Valarius and Wonder Woman took off after Mist-Transform. Mist-Transform was completely overtaken by rage. He had tried ever since he got his powers to control his temper, because the last time he got this angry, he did things he really wasn't proud of. His inner rage has been pulling on him ever since he found the crystal that gave him his abilities 10 years ago, and it has once before taken over. He didn't think anymore, he just did, until a layer of ice formed under him, which caused him to slip and crash into a wall. He turned around and only saw 2 blurs. He attacked them immediately. Valarius ran circles around him, shooting fire, totally engulfing him in flames. Mist-Transform was unfazed and slammed him into a wall. The battle was so intense they didn't even notice the civilians that were watching the fight. Wonder Woman tackled Mist-Transform on the floor, stopping his attack, but he threw her away and turned into a giant hammer, with which he tried to smash Valarius, but Valarius dodged every hit. Wonder Woman pumped water from the sewers and poured it all over Mist-Transform and turned it into ice. This isn't going anywhere, Valarius said out of breath. I know. I guess he's really pissed off, Wonder Woman replied. But I have an idea. If you distract him, I'll try to reach him. I'm guessing this ice won't hold him for long. It's worth a shot. Let's do it. Right after saying that, the ice began to break and the hammer came crashing down on top of Wonder Woman. Trying to get Mist-Transform off of her, Valarius yelled, Hey furry! Can't you take us in your normal form? Come on kitty, over here! Valarius turned back into his normal form and rushed after him. Wonder Woman grabbed Mist-Transform by the shoulder and said, Mist-Transform, chill, we'll get her back. Mist-Transform turned around and saw Wonder Woman's face, and his eyes turned back to normal. Oh no, I got mad again, didn't I? Yep, but don't worry, you didn't hurt anyone. Speak for yourself, Valarius said, holding his arm. So, what was that? I'm sorry, usually I can control myself, but when I get really angry, I lose control. I get stronger and a lot more aggressive. Let's go back to your place and see who took Anna, Wonder Woman said. I already know who took her.